Let's go to our next caller from the 602 area code. Caller from 602, you're on.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. David, how worried are you about future election tampering, be it by hacking by another country or person or by our own elected officials using even more voter suppression tactics like we saw in Arizona in 2016 with the placement of the voter booths was directly going to affect the impact or the way that the votes, the way that the election turned out is what I'm trying to say.
Very,
in
very
future
worried.
elections, which would be very important in a post-Trump world.
Yeah, I'm extraordinarily worried because you now have you have election tampering that can happen on multiple fronts, right? You've got the possibility of hacking voting machines, which has been covered for years at this point. You've got the possibility of foreign meddling, which, by the way, Robert Mueller says Russia is actively meddling in the midterm elections right now already. You also then have voter suppression tactics, right? Strategic limiting of voting hours, voter ID requirements for IDs that might themselves be free, but in order to obtain them, you need other documents which are not free to obtain, for example. So there is like a three-pronged attack on election integrity that's going on right now. Donald Trump doesn't seem even remotely concerned about it. That voter integrity commission was disbanded and was only even there to try to find evidence of 3 to 5 million illegal votes for Hillary Clinton. It was never really going to deal with the issues that we were facing. So I'm massively worried about it.
I would agree with you.
Yeah. And unfortunately, this is one of those issues where we try to talk about it year round, not just like the month before the election. But it's one of those issues that starts to get traction when it's mostly too late to do anything about it, sadly.
Right. The only time you could actually do something like implement ranked choice voting or change the system in any sort of legitimate way is probably not right before or right after an election when everybody's the most upset about it.
Yeah, although in a sense, it's always either closely before or closely after an election, and that's part of the problem as well. I mean, it's a really bad situation. Really appreciate the call. Important issue. Okay, very good. I guess he hung up before I did. He was sick of me before I decided to move on.